any new injuries or illnesses that I need to know about? Any twinges? I'm going to be standing standing to start. Working on balance, reducing the risk of falling throughout the winter. Get started. So I'm recording, so this will be on YouTube and shared on the page. I'm going to start with roll downs. 1 vertebrae at a time, relaxing the neck. Soft knees, a slight bend. Taking note of any twinges onto your tiptoes if you feel you've got that balance. Rib cage in, belly button into spine for balancing the pelvis. Going a little bit deeper as you warm up. Feel that stretch in the back of your hamstrings. Everything about hell. Into trunk rotations. Hips face forward. Into side reach, crossing the leg over to increase the stretch. Pulling that hip down away from your rib. Nice big stance. Big circles, nice and slow. If you go too fast, you might get a bit dizzy. Kate is busy. And change direction. Working your way through any tightness. Good. Heels pointed in, coming down into a deep squat, pushing the knees out. Lifting your heel off the floor. Good. Gonna come over. A few seconds rest, shake off that leg. Let's start with good mornings, pushing those hips backwards, feeling the stretch of the back of the hamstrings, slight bending at the knee, squeezing the bum cheeks on the rise. Engaging that lower back, elbows pointing backwards. Keep going, high reps we're looking for. Should feel a warm sensation in the lower back. That's what we're looking for, and a stretch in the back of the leg, the hamstrings. Another 5. Good. Into balancing exercises, hands on hips, big semicircle. Good bending at the knee to engage the thigh. Looking for 12 to 15. Rib cage in, belly button into spine. I'm going to come up now into a knee rise. For an additional 10 if you can. If you need to split it up, that's fine. Last 5. 3. 2. One more. And then lateral leg lift, same leg if you can. If you need to shake off in between, that's fine. Looking for 10 to 12. Another 3, 2, 1. Same leg, fire, fire, fire. Stiff leg deadlift, squeezing the bum cheek, coming up. She likes your ball, Katie. Looking for about 12 reps if you can. 6. Squeezing that bum cheek as hard as you can on the rise, engaging that lower back. Good for pelvic stability and strength. We do these movements without realizing in everyday life, reaching on one leg. Another 2. One more. Good, back to good morning, so you can shake that leg off. And there'll be good mornings again with a twist on the rise, alternating. A twist on the rise. Good. Again, high reps. Another 5. 2. Stepping things up this time. Feel free to grab a drink if you need one. We're going to use the same leg we started with for a second set. Hopefully, as you begin to fatigue, you become less balanced. So just keep correcting yourself. Okay, so we started with the semicircles crossing over. Is that this? Yeah, so the leg that we started with, whichever one's aching more. Good bend in that thigh. Deep breaths. Rib cage in, belly button into spine, so there's tension throughout the full core. Another 5, 4, 3. And we're coming up into the leg lift. Another 10. Ooh. 6. Just make sure that core's engaged. 4, 3, 2, burning. 1. Lateral leg lift. Looking for 10 to 12. Good bending in that stabilizing leg. 4. Subtle yet powerful, effective movements. 6, 7, that's 3, 2, as high up as you can, coming down with control into stiff leg dead. 10 to 12, split this up if you need to. We're building muscle and strength here, toning. 4, 5, all good for the glutes. 6, last 3, 2, more. Good, shake off that leg before beginning 10 to 12 with a twist. Nice neutral spine, shoulders pinned back. So flat back, there's no curves that I'm over exaggerating. 3, 2, 1. Good, grab a drink if you need one. I'm going to start on the opposite side now. The opposite leg stabilizing for that semicircle. Again, a good bend in that leg. 10 to 12. 5, 6, Couple more. Let's bring in that knee lift. Another 10 to 12. 3. 4. 6. 7. 8. 9. Ooh. Last 2. Lateral leg raise. 10 to 12. So this is usually the weaker side that we've subconsciously chosen second. Just be patient with it. Last 4. 3. 2. Good, into stiff leg deadlift. Whew. And for 10 to 12. Rib cage in, belly button into spine. Squeezing that bum cheek on the rise. Whew, slight bending at the knee. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. Into good morning, shake off. Oh, that's brutal. The less of a bend in the knee, the better to hit the hamstrings in flexibility. Let's bring in that twist. Three, 2, 1. Good. Shake off that leg before continuing. The last round on the leg. Okay. So we started off with those semicircles. Oops, wrong leg. 10 to 12, as many as you can manage. 5, 6, 9. Let's bring in that knee lift. Another 10 to 12. You can make it harder by not touching the ground at all. 4, 5, 6, 7. Couple more. Oh, lateral leg lifts next. Oops. 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. Couple more. Oh, good. Stiff leg deadlifts. Oh, my bum. 10 to 12. 2. As you begin to fatigue, you might lose balance. That's good. Body's getting stronger, better at the exercise, the skill. 4. You can really feel your glutes, your bum cheek engage on this one. I love it. Over halfway. 2 more. 1 more. Good, into good mornings with a twist. Last 10. 3, rest, few seconds rest. I'm going to come down into the tabletop position for cat-cow. Just loosen back off, face the other way, keep one eye on her. Toes underneath heels, spine to ceiling. Exhale, abs tight. And inhale in the cow. 5 in total. Let's move them hips side to side, looking left and right. Into disco cat, big circles with the hips. Let your neck relax as you work through the full curves of the spine. Change direction. If you feel like you're getting dizzy, don't do the neck part. Good. Into child's pose, knees together. She loves you, Katie. I'm going to work up the back now. So back into tabletop. Opposite arm to opposite leg. Come shoulder height and hip height. No higher. Rib cage in, belly button into spine. I just want you to hold this position for 20 seconds or as long as you can. You can really feel the upper and lower work together here. Make sure you're engaging them abs. So pretend someone's punching in the stomach. You're holding tension in the abdominals. 3, 2, 1, and down. A few seconds rest. Going to do that again. Same arm and leg. In 3, 2, 1. Deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down again. Swap over to the other side. How's this side feel? Is it fatiguing? Faster? Does it feel stronger? Compare. Hello. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A few seconds rest. We'll go again. 3, 2, 1. Let's come up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back into cat-cow. Remobilize. Five in total. Okay, again, opposite arm to opposite leg comes out and in for a crunch. Now, 10 to 12. Nice and controlled. Make sure you're not going too fast. Three, 2, 1 more. Good. In a few seconds, I'm going to do the other side in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Over halfway. Getting the full back, working for strength. Assist in everyday movement, like walking. 3, 2, 1 more. Good. Cat-cow for 5 as we remobilize. going to do that once more. Opposite arm to opposite leg, coming in for 10 to 12 for strength. Forcing the pelvis to posterior tilt and anterior tilt, which is good for blood flow to the lower back. 3, 2, one more. When you're ready, over to the other side. Bundle. 5. Another 6 if you can. These are tough. 2 more. Good for any stiffness. Good, cat-cow. 5. Into child's pose to stretch off the lower back. Good. Grab a drink if you need one. I'm going to be going into semi-supine next. Okay. Inhale, arms rise, shoulders away from ears, touching the floor above your head if you can. Pausing with full lungs before exhaling through the mouth, slowly coming down. Another 10 like that. Inhale, relax the abs and the pelvic floor like you're on the toilet. Push your abs out to let the air in the inhale. Pause at the top for exhale, drawing the abs and the pelvic floor in like you don't want to pass any stool or urine. So we work on strengthening the pelvic floor. So we're over-exaggerating that. This is an ab exercise as well, if you make it one. Shoulders away from ears. Inhale, relax the abs and the pelvic floor. It's like you're on the toilet. Exhale, drawing and holding everything in as tight as you can. Rib cage in, belly button into spine. Good. From here, we're going to bring our legs into tabletop position. So push your back fully against the floor. So there should be no curves in your lower back. The back is fully imprinted in the floor in your mat. Rib cage in, tucked in, because it likes to flare out. Belly button into spine. Now the role of your abs here is to keep your back against the floor. If this lifts at all, there's a breakdown or weakness in the core connection / unit. So just dial it back. So it can always return to this position, or semi-supine if you need to rest. From here, it's going to hold it for a few more seconds. It's just like a plank, a lot more safer and effective. Great for postnatal. Breath. Stay stubborn. Keep that rib cage tucked in. Let it burn. Have a poke around. Make sure there's tension just below the belly button. Might not be a lot to begin with. Deep breaths. If you feel that you're able to, just bring in a little bit of a flutter kick. Keeping no curves in the back, lower back. Your abs are doing a lot here, you're training. If you want a strong core, you need a strong back and vice versa. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, rest here or in semi-supine. 5, 4. I'm going to begin that again. Might feel in the upper thigh as well. 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Good. Rest in semi-supine. Switching everything off. Inhale, arms rise, shoulders away from ears. Relaxing the abs and the pelvic floor. Exhale. Holding everything in. Another 2. One more. Good. Back into tabletop. Pushing that back against the floor, ribcage in, belly button into spine. I'm going to begin partial leg raises. Only until, if you can come right down with your back fully on the floor, excellent. Good core recruitment and strength. But me, I can't go too far down before I lose connection. It's totally individual. Start off right at the beginning at the small ranges of movement, and we build up as we get stronger. Keeping that rib cage in, belly button into spine. This is all safe for diastasis recti. Another 5 if you can. 3, 2, let it burn. 1. Good, rest in semi-supine. Let's bring those knees in for a hug and roll. Bringing your tailbone off the floor. Again, we're going to do that again. Partial leg raises. Push your spine against the floor, rib cage in, belly button in, and then begin movement. Keep checking in with your back. It can quite easily come off the floor if any parts of those muscle fibers in your core switch off. 5, 4, 3, 2. One more. Good. Rest in semi-supine. Inhale, arms rise. Good. One leg comes straight out, and the other, we're going to do single leg raises. So you should be able to get the full leg, hopefully. But more importantly, this could just be a leg exercise. But you're going to brace your abs, rib cage in, belly button into spine, and make it a core exercise. I can do a few of these, and then as you begin to get confident, as your knee comes in, you can come up, bring your shoulders off the floor, if that feels good. Or you can stay in the first position. Just working the upper abs here. Hey, you. Another 5. We feel this in the hip flexors too. That's good as we strengthen them so we can stretch them. More. Good. A few seconds rest. Swapping legs over, 10 to 12 the opposite side now. Coming down with control, don't let gravity bully you down. Really gets in deep in that core. Another 5. 3, 2, one more. Good. Back in semi-supine, arms rise. Pause at the top with full lungs. Use that pelvic floor. Last ab exercise is Pilates crisscross, also known as the bicycle crunch. Reduce the range of movement as like a little pulse if you can't keep the full core connected. Or if you're having a clicking in your hip, looking left to right as you do so. As many reps as you can, ouch, or 30. Rib cage in, belly button into spine, hold it there. Opposite arm to opposite knee. Ten, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, rest. Excellent, well done. Pushing your arms and legs away from your belly button. Big stretch. Feeling the stretch in the abs. Last part of the strength exercises. I'm going to work on the glutes, pelvic stability and strength. Going to come bring our hips up off the floor in a holding position. Get off, get off, get off. Squeezing the bum cheeks as tight as you can. Over exaggerate that squeeze. Really tune into how that feels. It should feel like a cramping or a burning. Pinching in a good way. I'm going to come down and up for 20 or as many as you can. As we build that muscle. Strongest muscle in the body, the glutes. If these are strong and your lower back is strong, it's all in the posterior chain, works together. Another 10. Pause at the top for that glute squeeze. If you've got any questions after class about anything that I've said, please, I'd rather you understand what I'm talking about if I need to explain it in a different way. Everyone learns differently is my point. 5, 4, 3, one more. Good, rest there. I'm going to do that once more before moving on. Let's bring them hips up for a stationary hold. Rib cage in, belly button into spine. Have a look down at your hips. Are they level? Make sure that they are. I'm going to begin those 20 glute bridges, or as many as you can. Let's go. Last 20 or as many as you can. It's definitely cramping now. It's not like the same ache and burn that you get in the abs or other muscle groups. It's shakes. Last 10. Need to break through out, that's fine. 7, 6, 5, 4. Good control. 3, 2. One more. Good. Rest there a few seconds. Last part of the strength training before we're beginning to work on flexibility and stretching off, cool down. Single leg hip thrust. We're already fatigued, so it's only going to take about 6 to 8 reps. Ideally, legs straight to the ceiling, but if you can't do that, fine to keep your leg bent. More importantly, hips come off the floor as high as you can. Rib cage in, belly button in. Hips stay level, looking for 6 to 8, or as many as you can, even if it's 2. As long as your hips are coming off the floor. 2 more, 1 more. Good. Swap over. Same again, other side. 3. 6. 7. 8. Excellent. Rest there. Inhale, arms rise. Shoulders away from ears. Exhale. Couple more. Good. Knees out and just try and relax in that position, the frog. Notice any tension in the inner groin, one side more than the other. Personally, I know I'm tighter on the right side. Just try and sink and relax into that position. It should get easier. Bringing both those knees together and over to one side. You're going to look the opposite side for book openings. Feel that deep stretch in the back. Allow yourself to sink in, switch them hips off, shoulders off, glutes off. If you feel okay and you can want to increase the stretch, bring your bottom leg over the top knee and again sink in. You feel tight at first. Take your time coming out onto the other side, can be a bit stiff. If you feel able to on this side as well, bottom over the top. Good. Carefully take your time coming up to the seated position. And so work on hamstring flexibility. I'm going to start in the straddle position. Legs nice and wide. The inner groin, Achilles tendon. Shoulders away from ears, deep breaths. To develop this flexibility. You might feel in your lower back as well, around the hips. It totally depends on where you're tight. So I'm going to hold this position. Should feel like a mild discomfort, nothing painful or pins and needles. It's a sign you've gone in too far too soon. So just dial it back a bit. Just waiting for that stretch reflex to go down a little bit, and then it's safe to develop flexibility. We're all nice and warm from the beginning of the session. Now take a deep breath in and exhale. Move that stretch a little bit more if you can. So that mild discomfort's back. Just wait for it to go down again. And take a deep breath in if you can. Move in. Let's bring those feet together. I'm going to directly work on the hamstrings next. So legs flat, always a slight bend in the joints. We don't want to overwork the joints. It's your problem now, Kate. I've got baby drool on my forehead. Take a deep breath in if you can. And move in. It's a good one for the lower back, this. Last deep breath in, or you can stay there. And move in a little bit more if you can. Good. Safely coming out. Oh, that felt good. Coming round to the back. Sink in. Pulling with your arm yourself around as far around as you can go. And around to the other side. Taking your time. Going to cross one leg over the other, and this side, opposite arm, going to come right round. Again, swapping over, last time. She's been wanting to see it all, Claire. Into the seated position, whichever one you find comfortable. For relaxation breaths. Inhale, shoulders away from ears, pause. Exhaling. Okay. Another 10 in total. I will be bringing the playpen next week. Baby prison. It is time. sentenced to 45 minutes in jail. Two more. Excellent. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Thank you.